today on things that I need to do and get, and you know, all this other fun stuff. So my first initial like terrifying moment was that's Chitin. Was researching the shoes that, you know, stage shoes that you have to wear, and I have a stigma against clear plastic heels, but I'm going to have to break it for this stage. My sister knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to break that stigma for the stage purposes only. The trash guys are picking up our trash and they're looking at me like I'm nuts. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop recording now, but I will add some more updates as the day goes on. Just got done with a run. Ran about 3.5 miles, and it was rough, but not as rough as my runs are usually. Walked only about a half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile, which is really good for me. My 3-mile time I cut it down by about 5 minutes, which is awesome too. But you know, running's just something that's hard for me, and I just don't know if it's ever gonna be something that's easier. But I just wanted to record this before I go home and, you know, let you guys know. But I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it tonight when I get home, because there's some things I want to go into and kind of explain a little bit better. So yeah, I'll talk at you when I'm home and probably out of the shower, because I am stinky and sweaty. Quite a few things that I want to try and talk about. I may not make them, and I may not have time for them all in this video, just because it's a lot, and I know I do have time constraints. Nobody wants to sit and watch a 40-minute video on me just talking about stuff. So I recorded something after I went running tonight, and you know, it's just something little, just telling you guys some stats and, you know, my times and stuff for my run tonight. And but what I didn't record when I recorded that was that kind of around right after the first mile, I ran with my friends, Misty and Kim, who are awesome and push me more than I ever would myself. And, you know, I do owe a lot of my progress to them, and they're, you know, being so helpful and encouraging. But anyway, we were walking for a little bit of the time and just kind of talking, and I almost started crying. And the reason for that is that running is hard for me. Running has never been easy. It's never been something that I have enjoyed ever. Put my phone somewhere where it just stays still, because I wiggle too much. Anyway, it's never been something that I enjoy. It's never been something that's come easy to me. You know, it's always been very difficult. My lungs hurt when I run. My calves cramp up. I have shin splints that I deal with every time I run. I get, you know, side cramps, and those are all things that I just have to run through. But I almost started crying because running is so hard for me. When I run, I get discouraged, and I let my mind go to a place that I shouldn't let it go. Like when I run and I get discouraged and I feel bad about myself, I go back to I go back to being the fat girl, and the girl that's always last, at drills, at volleyball practice, or the girl that skipped school on days where we had to run a mile in gym class, or just playing tag with my cousins and my friends when I was young. I was always it. Everybody always got me because, of course, I was not fast. And so I go back to that place, and I go back to those feelings, and it's not a good place for me to be, especially when I'm, trying to prep for a contest, and, after everything that I've done and that I've achieved so far, it's not a good place for me to go back to those thoughts. And when I went back to those thoughts during my run tonight, that's when I almost cried, because I let myself get back to that place for maybe 2 minutes. And those 2 minutes were kind of awful. I didn't actually cry, but I really wanted to. But then, something crazy happened, and I just started running again, and I let it go. I focused on my breathing, which is something that I don't normally do when I run, because Bailey, usually I'm just like dying and trying not to pass out. But after my almost breakdown, I just started focusing really, really hard on my breathing, and that was all I thought about for about a half mile, literally all I thought about. And then, I thought about, my contest and my contest prep, and, things like that. And then I finally started to catch up with my friends, because they ran ahead. And so then, I walked a little bit more, and finally decided to just, I'm just gonna do it. I really want this. This is a goal that I want so badly. Ooh, hiccups. And so I decided to run, and in my head, I wanted to run the rest of the time back to the car. And I think by that time it was probably 3/4 of a mile left. And so I told my friend during that time, where it was probably about a half mile left, don't let me walk, because I want to walk. Don't let me do it. And she did not let me walk. I really wanted to. She did let me have a 30-second break and then a 10-second break, and that was it. After that, she get your ass moving. So I mean, it helped. It definitely helps to have friends that want to push you, and friends that know that you can be pushed. And so that was awesome. And I ended up, beating my pre-recorded 3-mile time, which that was, 51 minutes, I think. Because I told you I'm slow. Yeah, it was like 51 minutes. And tonight at 3 miles, I looked at my run app, and it was 46 minutes, not seconds, but 46 minutes, which, to some may seem like a crazy, ridiculous long time, but to me, that I felt really good about. It made me feel really awesome. So, what is going on with this? kind of crazy. My almost breakdown came from nowhere and was really not justified because I am getting better at running. I'm not great. I am by far the greatest runner. But I am pushing myself as hard as I can go, and I'm doing what I can. As far as I go, that's all I need to worry about. I have a problem with comparing myself to other runners when I'm running, especially during races. I am going to stop that. I'm just not going to compare myself to other people. Those people are not me, and I am not them. So I'm done with the comparisons. I'm over it. I'm not going to allow myself to get back to that unhealthy place in my mind. And I'm going to start feeling better about my running abilities. Because there's people that really want to run and can't, and I am physically capable of doing it, so I'm going to. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, and this has nothing to do with running, my hair is dripping on me. It's so wet right now. When you have dreads, the water builds up in the dread, and then when it dries, it all just starts to drip out the ends because my ends are loose. They're not blunted or even dreaded at the end, so it just all drips, and that's the dripping. The dripping is annoying. Anyway, put a towel there. It won't drip. I just wanted to touch on this really quick. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail with it right now because I'm going to do a separate video on this. Because if I went into it right now, it'd be too long. I'm already at 11, 12 minutes or something. So, but I'm just going to touch on it real briefly. A lot of competitors can get into a really, really unstable, unhealthy place with their food habits during prep and even after prep. And I'm not going to allow myself to get to an unhealthy place. Right now, I feel I'm at a very good place with my eating habits and, what I'm doing as far as that goes. I don't want to regress and go back to where I was before I started this. And I had food issues. And, I'm not gonna, I don't want to get back there. So, I really want to do this prep in a healthy, balanced way. And I know if I go to the extreme, that I could very, very, very easily get back to the place that I was before. And I refuse to go back there. So, that being said, I definitely am going to do this prep my way. And, with the help of some people who really know what they're talking about, I'm excited to let you all see that this can be a healthy experience. And that it's not just about completely depleting yourself the whole time. Obviously there will be time towards closer to the stage when depleting becomes almost necessary, but depleting in a healthy way again, not depleting in a way that's going to harm me or give me reasons to head back to where I was before. And I'm not gonna do that. I just nope, no thanks, not going back. So yeah, that was another thing I just kind of wanted to touch on briefly, but I am going to make a more detailed video about that sometime soon, maybe a little further on after I have got my my meal plan and stuff and actually figured out exactly my strategy to get to this stage. Then I'll go into a little bit more in depth of what I'm doing and how I'm going about things. So yeah, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's how my day went. Oh, I went to class today at the gym earlier, and we did TRX, which was fun. No, really, I like TRX. If you've never used the TRX bands to work out, they're fun. They do make you really sore in places that you never even thought you could be sore, but they are efficient and they work really well. I will try to have another update here soon, hopefully within the next day or two. I'm going to try to do one every day, possibly every other day is probably when they're going to end up being, just because of time, and editing takes a long time because I'm not very good at it yet. So yeah, editing probably takes up a lot of my time when it comes to videos. So yeah, all right, well, I will catch you guys later.